Today, we're going to get a little racy with things, but not in that way. We're talking about the McLaren Formula One Technic build right after the intro. Hello and welcome to Bricks and Toys. My name is Brandon and I'm super excited for today's build. And I'm excited because we get to do another automotive based build, and the best thing about automotive based builds is the analytics tell me that you guys love them, and if you guys love them, then I love them, because that's what makes the goals go around. And in terms of goals, currently we are trying to hit 400 subscribers on the channel. I currently have a part 1 and a part 2 build of 2 separate retired Lego sets already filmed, ready to go. And I really want you guys to watch these videos, but before we can watch them and release them, we got to hit that 400. So hopefully with today's build being an automotive based build, you guys will hit that button and let's make this happen, because automotive Lego is one of the biggest things I love to do, right next door to Star Wars. Those are my top 2 favorite Lego themes of all. So today we are building the McLaren Formula One Team 2022 Technic Lego set. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this set. It was released in 2022. It is set number 42141, coming in at 1,432 pieces. Now, I'm not a big watcher of Formula One. I'm more of a NASCAR guy myself. But when I do think of Formula One, I think of 2 things. The first being the Dale Earnhardt equivalent of Formula One, and that is Ayrton Senna, or Ayrton Senna, however you say his name. He was a 3-time Formula One championship driver. He actually scored his final championship the year that I was born, and he had a great documentary made about him. He lost his life in '94 at only 34 years old in a race car crash. It's really sad stuff. But when I think of Formula One, that's the first thing I think of, is their most renowned driver that lost his life in the sport. The second thing that I think about is all the gosh damn construction work in my city. That's what I think about, because Formula One is actually coming to Las Vegas in fall of 2023. I think it's November 18th, somewhere, but it's before Thanksgiving. And to prepare for the Formula One race here in Vegas, they're tearing up all of our damn roads, shutting everything down, and my Lego store is on the strip, which is where the race is. So to go to the Lego store is an utter nightmare, which is horrible for all of us Lego people out there that love to go. So I think of frickin' construction work because the race is coming to town. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get this one up on the board. I guess even the cat wants to come take a look at what we're doing. It's probably his dinner time. It actually is. So let's get this one up on the board. Let's get the box graded, the packaging. You know the deal. Let's get into it. So I see a lot of blue highlights on this box. So for that, I'm just going to use blue today. We're just going to put F1. And let's just go over, let's just overall look at the box. I really like builds like this, because builds like this I don't know a lot about. So I'm not really biased when it comes to doing it. This is one I've seen at the Lego store, and I've really loved every time I've seen it. The thing is, this is $199 US, but I did purchase this one on sale for $180, so about $20 off, and that's how we got here. So that's one thing really cool about builds like this, is that I'm not super biased. And I just, again, one of the things that got me here is just this lovely graphic of this McLaren F1 car. I mean, it's just beautiful with the orange and the blue. I just love the way it just takes up the whole front real estate of the box. And then to scale it, they have a nice representation of the tire up there for a 1-to-1. On the back, it shows the real car live in action. Then they show the Technic up with the live car. This is going to be about 25.5 inches long and about 5 inches tall. So it's going to be at least, holy cow, that's like a 2-foot car. Holy. That I did not know, everybody. That's pretty amazing. I think this might be the longest one we've ever done. Definitely not the tallest. 5 inches isn't that tall. That's what she said. But anyway, overall, this box looks really good. I really love the graphic of this box. So I'm going to give it a straight up 10. No complaints there. Now, one thing really cool to note about this set is it's actually taped in the box. With Technic sets, usually they are not taped. They are the little punch tabs. But this one, we actually have to cut this one open. So let's go ahead and let's do our pour. I'm expecting quite a few pieces at the 2,000 piece count. Oh yeah, that's a good pour. Some stuck. There we go. Come out. Oh boy. And there we go. Oh no, we got tires stuck up in here. And let's get the other tire. There we go. So here we are. Our sticker and everything is in a plastic envelope, which is pretty uncommon for 2022 Lego, but it doesn't, it actually does smell pretty funky. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So as I just discovered almost the hard way, there is 3 sticker sheets, making about 53 stickers, but stickers are okay. This is a race car. I would not expect anything else. These are the wheel covering stickers. I'm going to have to be very careful to get those on centered. We have stickers that say Hilton. Have I ever stayed at a Hilton? I don't know. Cost, I have no clue. Aviation Group, no clue. I know Dell from being in the computer industry. Pirelli's tires. FX Pro, not sure. Maori Still, Toomey, CNBC. I don't know a lot of these sponsors. Golf, Splunk, WebEx by Cisco, Buzz, Bitsy, Dark Trace. We race as one. I love race car sponsors, if you guys don't know, guys. It's one of those things that if you love racing, you love the sponsors, you love to actually know the business behind it. Like with NASCAR, it's amazing to go back 20 years and watch a NASCAR race. Sponsors are everywhere, all over the cars, all over the racetrack. And even the races were sponsored by Winston Cup and then Nextel after that. Where now NASCAR doesn't have a primary sponsor, and the sponsors on the cars are getting less and less and less. So it's just sponsorships and racing is really a cool subject. The build, we are looking at 379 building steps and a total of 311 pages. So not too shabby. I want to say we probably have about 4 books here because Technic really packs in the amount of steps that they make you do. Information in the front of the book as usual. And yes, we are looking at 4 building steps. And one thing I wanted to note that I'm just starting to realize that I guess isn't much of a new thing, but I thought it was, is the way that they break down and they tell you the chapters. I just did a build from 2015 today for Creator Expert, and they actually broke down the page number by the bag. So I just noticed that when I did the Audi, and I just noticed that they did it last year too. So I guess that wasn't new when I said that. So 53 stickers, 4 building steps. We got some nice honking tires. These almost look like the same that are on the tumbler. Yeah, pretty sure that these are the same that's on the front of the tumbler. I'm looking at it right now up there. So overall, looks super interesting. So I'm going to give the packaging a straight up 9. And the only reason I'm going to give it a 9 is because I would kind of have liked to start seeing them move towards the cardboard envelopes with the Technic at this point. I mean, we got to start saving trees, everybody. So that leads us to the future of the build, which we all know is a time lapse. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to hop over into that time lapse, and we're going to get this sucker built. So stay tuned for the review back here. So now it's time to review the McLaren Formula One 2022 car. Now, this car came with over 53 stickers, but first thing that you're going to notice is the stickers are all really nicely placed. They add really nice context to the car, and they also really help bring out those curves of the natural car. One really cool fact about this car, as I was reading the book, the car really wasn't even out yet when Lego went into design of it, so they really had to work close with McLaren to actually get this model built to the way that you see it. It is honestly a really sweet marvel of a build. This build did take me about 5.5 hours to complete, which is pretty good considering that I only had one day to build it and film it and get the video made for you guys to watch today. So not too bad. I honestly, like I said, I built this with a deadline, but I had so much fun building it. I really love the mix of the blue with the orange. I really like how they worked in that new structure up here using the components. But one of my most favorite parts of the entire car is the suspension. The suspension of this car is just amazing. It is made of all of these links, and if I'm not mistaken, on a modern Formula One car, all of these links are made out of carbon fiber. So the fact that the plastic links that they use on the set, it just makes it look so much more authentic, because if they were made of alloy or aluminum, yeah, it would probably look close as well, but I like to think that the carbon fiber shape used by McLaren is pretty close to this. So I really love the suspension. I love how it's all made. I'll show you the bottom of the car in a minute. It does have working steering with that typical rectangle steering wheel, which is really cool. I love all of the curves and the airfoils and everything on the front splitter up here, or spoiler, whatever you want to call it. Tilting it this way, you can get a look at that 6-cylinder turbocharged engine. Now, this set does not show any turbos. It's just a very basic block design. There is some use of sticker elements down here at the bottom to blend the blue with the black. That's one thing to note. Same thing is done up here, just to blend the blue into the black, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I really didn't care too much is these big wheel plates and stickers, but you know, F1 does that for aerodynamics and efficiency. Even Tesla has a special wheel cover for fuel efficiency for their car, or energy efficiency when it comes to a Tesla. Looking at the back of the car, we have a lot of really nice airfoils and spoilers and all that really good stuff. There's even sponsorships inside of the wing, which is really cool. And you get that very familiar Formula One car rear light, which is really cool. Like with traditional Technic sets, if you do roll it, the pistons do move on the engine, which is to be expected. It is a one-seater car for anybody that doesn't know that. Well, Formula One is a one-seater sport, just like any automotive racing. Now, let's look at the bottom of this behemoth of a car, and you will see that we do have a working differential back here, like with most Technic sets. It really makes sense when they put that on a RC Technic, like with the Audi we just did. But, you know, it works here as well. Here we have more airfoils and stuff for the aerodynamics. It's really cool how they worked all of that in. And here you get more of a look at that really sweet suspension. It's in the front and the rear. But the front and the rear both do it in two separate different types of ways. And both ways are super creative and really awesome to build. It's just, you know, guys, this is a sweet marvel of a build. And for the price versus the size, I mean, it is just incredible. I don't really have too much more to say. It is funny, this Bitcoin sponsor really does catch your attention because it looks like it's saying a really nasty word, but it's just saying Bitsy and not the word that rhymes with snitch, ditch, and stitch, and whatever else. So, yeah. So with that, guys, I don't really have too much more to say on this car. It's just really, it's all exposed like a typical F1 car. So there's really not too much to point out. Everything is what you see on the camera. So with that, let's go ahead and let's just hit the wrap-up segment. But actually, before we do that, I wanted to take a moment and try to scan our QR code. Because as I'm filming this, today is August 21st. And it is actually the first day of the new Insiders program at LEGO. So I figured, you know, let's have some fun with this. And let's get out my phone. There's the code. Open in Chrome. Let's take a look. Let's see how this works, everybody. You probably can't see my screen because of the glare. Insiders. Register your set. I'm already logged in, and, well, look at that. I already registered it, got 20 points right off the top. So that's how easy the new LEGO Insiders program works. I don't know why, but I figured I'd just work that in here while we were sitting here. Since today's the first day. Oh, and one really fun thing I wanted to point out. One of the sponsors on the front of the car is Klipsch. Klipsch is the manufacturer of speaker and speaker components, and they are the one that makes the subwoofer for my surround sound that, well, let's just say if I had neighbors, they would hate me, but instead my mother has to use earplugs when I watch movies at night. They bring the bass. So let's go ahead and let's hit that wrap up, everybody. So guys, one of the things that I just keep saying with this build is how incredible it was. And honestly, this build was super incredible. It was fun. I woke up this morning just thinking to myself like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did this with my scheduling. I'm currently working on getting the 400 subscriber builds done and ready because I don't know when we're going to hit that 10 more subs to get there. So when we do hit that 10 subs, I just want to get those videos dropped for you all. And so I'm trying to get that done, and it's building and filming and all that good stuff. And I totally lost track of the days, and I woke up this morning knowing that you have one day to build a 1,400 piece Technic set, film it, edit it, and upload it. Good luck! So I was dreading it, but honestly, this build was so wonderful. I didn't even sweat it, and you can see from the smile on my face that I'm completely happy, because at the end of the day, I just cannot believe how awesome this set is. I walked by it so many times in the Lego store, and I'm like, nah. One day though, nah. One day though, and not to mention, this is one of the sets that was stolen from me when the package got delivered to the wrong address, and I had to call Lego, and Lego was super chill about it. Then they sent me out another copy. So the person that stole this set from me originally, well, you know what? I really hope that they enjoy Lego and they understand it enough to know that they really jacked a cool set from me. But, you know, that is what it is, and it's just awesome. So with all of that in mind, let's go ahead and let's hit the bat system for the F1 McLaren. Build quality, 5.5 hours. It went together just fine. It's a Technic set. As I did with the Audi video, you could drive it off the desk without much of an issue. Technic is built like a shit brick house, and I just love that about Technic. So I'm going to give the build quality a straight up 10, because there is no complaints, and I do feel like this one is built super well, as they all are. Part usage. Now, there isn't really any unique parts, it's just the way that it's done, and for that I'm going to give it an 8, because it is pretty unique. Playable, the car steers, it has suspension, it's not too heavy, so you could easily kind of play around with it. I wouldn't suggest it, it's more of a display piece, so I'm going to give it an 8. Ease of display, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give that an 8, and the reason is it is over 2 feet long, so trying to find a place to stick this is going to be like, yeah, good luck, homeboy. Minifigs is a 0, but we all know we just null that out. Availability, set is super available. I saw it today when I went to the Lego store, so nothing too surprising there. So availability is a 10. The price, $200 for a 2 foot long McLaren F1 Technic set. I mean, it's okay, but if you get it on sale like I did for $20 off, it's even better. So I'm going to give the price a 9 and meet in the middle, because if you can get it on sale, it's a 10. If you can't, it's an 8. Meet in the middle, it's a 9. And is the set fun? Straight up 10. It's hilariously fun. I love reading all the sponsors. Like I said, that one Bitcoin sponsor looks like a naughty word on the side. So I think that's really funny. It's just really cool. I just keep staring at it. I enjoy it. I love cars and race cars and all of that. It definitely beats out the NASCAR we did at the end of March as forms of Technic race cars. So now let's add up all of our scores and let's get to the final number. So the set scores an 82. But as we all know, if we null out the minifig, that's an easy 92. And with a 92 in the scoreboard, I have to say that's how I feel about it. That's how I recommend it. That's what I think. That's everything in a nutshell. If you have not gone out and done this build because you either don't watch F1 or you don't care about racing, but yet you like cars and you love to do Technic, I say wait for a sale. I think I heard a rumor that Barnes & Noble is going to be putting it on sale sometime soon. And if they do, go out and get it. It's incredible. It's a super fun build. And one last thing I did want to note about the actual car, off the top of my head, I almost forgot to mention, is I did find this interesting. The actual car weighs in at about 1,750 pounds, which is a super light car. But while I was building this, I noticed that it has a 6-cylinder engine, and I know F1's really good at getting the most out of the less displacement, but this car is a turbocharged 6-cylinder engine with an electric motor. So I would really be crapping my pants if I got a ride in one of these things, if that was ever possible. Imagine 1,700 pounds, electric motor for probably acceleration, and then you have a turbocharged 6-cylinder for everything else. I mean, that'll probably glue you into the seat to where your cheeks go back. I mean, thumbs up to the men that drive these open wheel race cars. It's crazy. So that wraps it up for this build. Like I said, it's a highly recommend. I'm just ecstatic that I have it. I finally got to build it. I have one more big Technic set to build this month, and I think that wraps up my Technic for now at least. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, 10 more subscribers and I'll be dropping a 1 and a 2 on the celebration build videos on that. And I'm not going to wait more than a week to drop both videos, just so you guys know. So once we hit 10, I'll drop the first one on the first available release schedule day, and then I'll do the same thing about a week later for the part 2 of that series. I also wanted to say on Thursday's video, we are doing a part 2 of the city expansion. Things got really out of hand and it got really crazy. That's why this is kind of done last minute. That's part of it, along with the 400 subscriber celebration builds. You're going to want to watch the city expansion video. So we have the city expansion video, we have the 400 subscriber builds all ready to go. Just have to get you guys to hit that subscribe button and get to that point. And if you guys want to watch these builds, like I said, gotta smash that button. Also, liking and sharing everything, it just super helps as well. So like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and you all have a super good one.